what's the word? Pieces, parts of what I need to work on. My life, the different pieces, finances. I want to get out of debt. I want to transform my body. I want to this is getting a lot. I guess I'm getting this out so that when I finally start talking to her again, it'll be at the surface and ready to spew. So I'm nervous, but I'm not. I'm here in a parking lot waiting to see my counselor, who is one of the most powerful, beautiful angels of my life. She has given me tools and insights, and I know this sounds dramatic, but she has shown me the literal keys to my freedom, my egoic freedom. Meaning that my problems are shame. My what is the word I'm looking for? God damn, this is so frustrating. Trying to speak is so unnatural to me. It's like I have to drag the words out of my mouth. It takes fucking forever to say something. I think a big reason why I've avoided seeing her is because she calls me out on my bullshit when she points out to me my behaviors and my thinking patterns and ways of looking at things that are not from a functional adult perspective. Shame is my problem. That's what it all boils down to, is shame, and like toxic shame. Not the healthy shame that everyone needs, but the toxic shame. It rules me. And the work I've done in therapy is to see when that's in operation, where I'm coming from a child's shame-based space, and when I'm coming from the functional adult. And when that's so ingrained in your patterns, it it's ruled my life. When that's where you're coming from most of the time, it's that's where I see someone behind me and in front of me, and I don't like that, but that's anyway. It's that's what the work is to do, is to see it. Now I'm like losing my train of thought, so I'm gonna pause and see if we can get the track back, because I've lost it for a minute. So what I was saying about having the keys, I mean, I've saw her for years, and I have the tools I need, but I have not been practicing them for years now, ever since I went into isolation and stuck in my loop and not practicing what I know. And I need to be back with her so that I can consistently be speaking out loud those thoughts and behaviors that I'm doing that are not what I need to be doing. This is so fucking frustrating that I can't speak what I want to say. It's so frustrating. Drowning. Treading water maybe is better. I'm not actively drowning. I'm not doing what I'm capable of doing. And I'm tired of that. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. So stupid. But so getting back to counseling is the first step of my revival, getting back on the path to becoming an empowered person. A capable adult, a self-respecting man who has his shit together and so yeah, I've avoided seeing her because it's not easy work. It's so uncomfortable. I cry pretty much every time I see her. But on the other hand, there's not a single time that I've met with her, and I've met with her, it used to be weekly for years, that I didn't feel lighter and more empowered. Empowered, that's the word. Empowered. When I speak with her, I feel empowered because she reminds me that I'm an adult that's capable and intelligent and not powerless. I'm not, see, I'm gonna start crying now. I'm not a bullied child anymore. I'm not a little boy in a house with a parental figure that didn't have any business being a parent. And all love and respect to that man's soul. He came from a very traumatized background, and he had a lot of good in him, and generosity in him, and humor in him. But at that chapter in our lives, he did not have what he needed to provide me as a developing child what I needed. And I'm still living with the consequences of that. But as a soul, I don't blame him. All he did, all my mom did, all my dad did, the man I'm talking about is my stepdad. That's who I'm referencing. All they all did was the best they could. And so there's no, that's forgiven and understood, but that doesn't negate that there's still lingering issues. I don't know how to word it. The thing about this recording myself is I just kind of have to say things. It's not like writing. I just have to speak stuff and then kind of edit it together, kind of just piece it together, because on the one hand, I'm trying to tell a story so that it makes sense, but on the other hand, it's not a story. It's just random clips of talking, and it just feels so weird. I'm just not used to it, that's all. But I'm going with it. I feel like there's some kind of reason, and I don't know what it is. The reason is I'm tired of suffering. I'm tired of being pissed off all the time and scared all the time. Life is too short to be acting like this and to be believing these lies that I know are lies. It's not supposed to be this way. And I don't mean it that way, but I, and all beings everywhere are manifestations of God. We're children of life. We're expressions of the divine. Children of God should not be walking around thinking that they're trash and acting like they're smaller than they are. Anything less than the precious, beautiful creations that they are. All of us, even the most ugly, wicked, fucked up people, they're a part of all that is. And I'm not saying that I'm not condoning any behavior or anything like that. I'm speaking from the ultimate sense. And I'm just I want to get my part. I want to get my expression, my beingness right. I want to do good. I want to be good. And I can't be good when I'm thinking that I'm trash. When I'm not when I'm not behaving as the powerful, capable child of God that I am, I think it's doing a disservice to my Father in heaven, to myself, and the human beings that I'm around. So when I'm speaking of God, I'm speaking of life. I'm speaking of I'm speaking of consciousness, the ultimate. I don't believe in the judgmental, dualistic, hateful Christian idea of God. I smell cigarette smoke, which means someone's nearby, which means they could possibly hear me, which means what? Which means what? Which means what? It's a really beautiful day out. I don't go outside enough. That's another thing. See, I'm going to make a list of the things. I'm going to make a list. I'm going to make this more formalized. Instead of these things rolling around in my mind, I need to, and that's kind of what I'm doing. I had this in my mind. Like, that's what I'm documenting. It are the things that I'm going to claim. I'm going to speak the word. I'm going to speak the good word. I'm going to speak these things into existence. And then I'm going to, little by little, moment by moment, day by day, action by action, I'm going to do the next right thing. And I'm going to bring these things into fruition. But I'm going to make a list just so that I can share it here. The thing is, I feel like I have to explain myself. I have to explain my definitions of God, because I know there are people that hate God or don't believe in God. And I want them to know, well, I don't believe in that crazy God either. And I'm afraid the people that see God in a certain way will think what I'm saying is crazy or stupid, or that I'm going to hell. And then I'm thinking the people that do see it more similar to me are going to think that I'm talking about the other one. You know what I'm saying? And everyone has like a billion different definitions and understandings. So I'm arguing with these phantoms. There's no, that's why I need to be empowered and freed of, is not giving a damn what anyone thinks. Because they don't live in my body mind. They don't live with the consequences of my behavior and my thoughts. The ones that I'm constantly cultivating and feeding, good or bad, I'm the one that has to live with that. So why do I care what anyone thinks? Man, I'm rambling. I think it's good. I think it's like, what is it? Greasing the wheels. I'm getting stirred up so that it's on the surface when I talk with my counselor, which will be soon. I think that's good for now. I think I need to calm down and get in that space where the ego is a little more quiet, so that the spirit can be more active, or more at hand. So I'm gonna go for now. I'll let you know how it goes. All right. Yeah. I'll see you later.